And we're back. Welcome, everybody, to a new episode of The Misfortune. This is episode 23. Now, as I have mentioned before, I am using my own personal rules that has been uh, going through constant revisions, more like minor tweaks here and there. Essentially, here's the rules. Essentially, the framework is still in play, and I did add a few features. So let's quickly go through the rules just so I can show you what I've changed. And then I will also show you our updated character sheet for these new updated rules. With the character info, we have the new Power Booster and Mind Booster, which is rolled within the 1 through 6 range with a modifier per a set range. And then we have health, we have currency, we have the battle die, we have inventory, we have the solo oracle, which is right down here. And then on the second column, we have combat, which is still is still streamlined for dice against dice. However, I did add a few clarifications and an extra feature or two. I added a head count. So when you have a party of two or more on either side, they are summed up with still one of the highest rolls, the highest roll possible, uh, based on a member of that side. So if I have a D6 and my ally has a D8, then I would go with the D8 as attacking the enemies. And if the enemy has like four D4s and there's one D6, I would choose a D6 to go against. So that's essentially what I mean. The head count gets reduced to one competing battle die per side, though it has to be the strongest battle die. A thing I added is called saves. Saves is basically if your health hits zero, you have a chance. This one's debatable. This one is an alpha. We'll see how it works if I do encounter this need in the future. If your health hits zero, I roll a d6. If I roll 1 through 4, there's nothing happens. If I roll if roll 5 through 6, then I can receive a d6 temporary health for the remainder of the fight. This can be done only once a day. So again, this is a possibility. We'll see how it goes. Again, as I'm doing these episodes, it's also kind of play testing this my rules. I clarified for victory. Once you defeat your enemy, you're victorious. Defeat if your health hits absolute zero, you are dead. End of story. Milestone also kind of got refined. I added a few upgrades. You get a plus D4 to your health, plus D6 to your currency, and plus one dice up from your current battle die, unless I buy a higher battle die during the campaign. Actions has kind of been modified a bit. It's still some D26 system, but similar to World of Dungeons, I put ranges instead of difficulty uh, goals. I have 6 or less as a fail with a notable setback. 7 through 9 is a partial with a minor setback. 10 through 12 is a pass with no setback. 13 or more is a perfect with a perk. So here's another new feature, a perk. On a perfect roll, which is a 13 or more, you roll a d6 to obtain a perk. A perk is temporary, one use only. It is stored in a hidden 11th inventory slot for one perk only. They can only be granted to you once a day. I think, yeah, once a day. The 6 available are, and these are actually, some are very fairly helpful. Again, this is another alpha. This is something I will see how it goes. If I don't like it, I might remove it. There's a lucky find, you find a bonus item. The sixth sense, you uncover a plot detail. A dual dice, which is you attack with 2 battle dice, and it's a sum total. That one can kind of be interpreted differently. You can either choose the highest of the two, like advantage, or you just sum attack. So there's some playroom with that one. Action redo, you pass instead of a fail. ICU, you restore full health, and a handicap, enemy deals half damage during combat. So same enemy lineup for the categories, and then I just add a further clarification, a little section down here in the corner to fill the space up for your battle die represents your weapon and armor combined. Options include D6 through D12. So I personally absolutely hate the D4. I don't like rolling it. I don't like the design of it, but it is part of the RPG world, tabletop world. I just choose not to use it as often. I like using it for the enemies, but for personally, like for my character, as far as trying to cause damage against the enemy, I just don't like rolling. I don't like how it lands. It just doesn't feel right. So I don't since this system is for me, I don't include D4 as a starting battle die. So I just wanted to get that out there. Okay, and then so for this episode, we'll be using we're not using one page solo. We'll just be using the Google Notes as usual from the past. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. Now that we're done talking about the rules. Oh, and I forgot. Let's show my character. We have Breglor, still the human transporter thief. There's the power booster I rolled for. I rolled a 5. I rolled a 5 again for mind, so +2. If you roll within a uh, what was it? 3 to 5, you get a +2. Health and currency is still the same from prior edition of the rules. And then I have my 8 inventory items, and I have the now instead of attack dice and armor dice, defense die, I think, attack die, defense die. It's been combined to just a battle die. And I have highlighted what one I have equipped, and that's a D6. Let's see here. Now let's go to our world map. We are right at the entrance of North Rock. And I'm going to capitalize this one because I keep thinking that that should be capitalized. All right, here's the questions that I put in here for the intro of this episode. The return of the Kingsman 3, but two now? So one is currently missing. We know that. One has been either kidnapped or killed. We don't know yet. So if we go back a little bit on our prior notes, we can see three has been captured. One of the Kingsman 3 has been captured. We know that. So one has been captured, but by who? Most likely the danger house of goblins. Question two, not really. Yeah, question two. Dervish knows the Kings. Does Dervish know the Kingsman 3, or at least how well does he know them? He knows them. He knows exist, but how well does he know them? Misfits. Then the third one is Misfits. The Misfits question our loyalty. Kingsman confused why I'm with the Misfits despite my prior interest in joining. So we had that whole arc in the past. Yeah, there we go. Some spelling. Actually, I'm going to see if I can bind the view here. So, I know this. Yeah, there we go. Pageless. That's better. Okay. So, yep, I think that's what I wanted to do. Okay. So the Kingsman 3, despite, okay, so that we had that whole arc in the beginning where I was going to essentially try out for the Kingsmen, join them. It's probably going to be more used as more a cannon fodder than anything, but it never really worked out because they got impatient and left. So this is huge. We're in a very big moment here. This is something that you would start a campaign on. We are currently caught between a rock and a hard place. I have to figure out. I have to figure out what I'm going to do in the situation. Am I going to talk both of these two parties down before they slaughter me? I feel that threat level wise, that from my perspective, that the Misfits are more of a threat because I've been with them longer, and there's been some bumpy moments in our friendship, in our alliedship. But I'm gonna get my dice ready. So there's a 2d6 system. I have my D100 ready, and then I think a that should be good for now. So okay, so what we gotta figure out here. We're talking. So Dervish had his weapon drawn on us, or at least he had his hand on his weapon. He turned his head to us. Gruith is the most unrestrained at the moment. He completely doubts our presence. He said, I had a feeling you were hiding something from us. So he feels like we betrayed him because the simple acknowledgement from the Kingsman 3 that we know them is what threw this entire thing out of whack. So I want to say that talking is a potential talking is a potential way out of this. We stand no chance at fending off three misfits and then two, so five enemies essentially. Yeah, because one guard died, so there's threat down to three misfits, two Kingsman 3. I have to really structure this boldly because this is going to be a defining moment in this entire campaign. We could we can lose our life right here, or we can run, but that would make ourselves look like a coward. That make myself look like a coward. We can try to talk to Dervish because he is the most, I think, approachable for reasoning. Gruith is probably the most unrestrained because he is the muscle, the magic muscle, for Dervish. Though Gruith has shown some interesting, um, he's held something back. That's another thing I wanted to touch on is that I think it was in a quest. I don't recall if I noted it down, but we know Gruith didn't exactly show any emotion or regret for when I think when Dervish was injured. So that's a potential future story reveal later on. But for now, we're focused on the end here now. So this was taking me a while. I do apologize. So I'm gonna roll to see if I can perhaps talk my way out of this and explain what essentially is going on to the Kingsman. So I'm gonna try to find out from a viewer, from a spectating standpoint. I'm gonna ask Dervish, you know these guys, the Misfits, essentially. So I will remain standing where I am. I'll remain standing in. I'll remain still. I won't step back because if I step back, that will show cowardice. I'll remain still and ask Dervish the following question. I will say, Dervish, you know these guys? Or I say, it looks like it looks as if you know the Kingsman. Okay, so we know for a fact he does know them. What we're going to do is do our first action because we are attempting to kind of take the attention off of us and redirect it to Dervish, but more openly back at the Kingsmen. So we want to basically spawn a conflict with these two. So we're redirecting conflict. So we're essentially redirecting conflict. So we're going to do a 2-6 roll here. Our the effort of our question, basically, our inquiry. This is a mind action, mental action. So this will be a mind booster. So +2 on whatever I roll, and I have to roll within at least a 7 for some success, for some pass. Okay, I rolled a 7, 8 +2. That's 10. So it is a standard pass, which is great. So rolled mental action 10. Yeah, 10 total, or some 10, I should say. Okay, so as I see, with a roll of 10, we are able to redirect the conflict, the attention off of us back at Dervish and at the um, at Dervish specifically, and also in the back the Misfits. So does Dervish reveal any details about? This is going to be one of our first Oracle questions. So I think there's a 60% chance Dervish will reveal. We rolled for the attention off of us, but we're rolling now to see what he reveals. So 60% chance that he reveals some kind of detail about his connection with the Kingsman. 65%, 45. So I say it's something interesting. So Dervish reveals that he once did he use like so here a couple possibilities, at least for narrative, how I'm picturing it. He used to work with them, and then he defected. I think we go with that. So he once worked, once worked with the Kingsmen, I'm gonna say he says the Kingsman Alliance, which is like the conglomerate of the Kingsman. It's the overall. Let's add that to our NPC list. So the Kingsman Three are like the best of the best, but the Kingsman Alliance is the group, the organization that the king himself uses. So he's their knights of basically he's their best of the knights. The Kingsman. Let's see. The Kingsman Alliance is just some story exposition here. The organization, I'd say the group that works for the king. We'll say group that works for the king. I don't want to get into detail as far as like if they're a hired group of mercenaries or talented individuals, or they are actually part of the government structure, like a third, or they're a third party. So we are surprised by this. And now let's see, do these specific Kingsmen, they're the best of the best, these two, do they, the Kingsmen 2, right at the moment, do they acknowledge Dervish's claim? I'm going to say 75% chance that he used to work with these two. So maybe they're like four. 75% chance. 89. Dervish used to work with a older, he used to work back in the day. So way back. He's not, um, so Dervish is like the OG of the Kingsman Alliance. He was one of the first members. And I think the current Kingsman 3 slash 2 are just the tip of the iceberg at the moment. So the Misfits, or no, not the Misfits, the Kingsman 2 note that they know Dervish um, from reputation wise. So they know of him from the stories. Like so Dervish used to be a Kingsman back in the day. Let's say maybe 10 years ago. So um, Dervish used to work with the Kingsmen 10 years ago. This is well before the current Kingsmen we're looking at, their time in the organization. Okay. Now, did Gruith know about this? So we really um, we're really playing into their hands here. Or we're really playing Dervish into their hands. I'm going to look at Gruith to see how he's reacting. So let's see how he reacts. Just rolling as far as 8. He is completely stunned. He had no idea about this. So looking at Gruith, it looks like, well, yeah, it looks like he is stunned about this reveal. I think Dervish right now is in a very vulnerable uh, state of emotion. His love interest is potentially dead. He's now face to face with a past faction that he used to work with, and then there's us causing trouble for him because he trusted us, but we haven't essentially broke that trust completely. Now I think Dervish is going to still look back at us and say, yeah, let's see if Dervish will still look back to us. I'm going to say 80% chance. 92. He is still like he's still a cold stare down at the Kingsman. So Dervish is fixated. Sorry, my allergies are kicking my butt today, as usual. Dervish is focused on the presence of the Kingsman. I'm going to yell out. I yell to the Kingsman. And I don't want to ignore what we left off, though. So Growth still has so Growth has been his attention has been redirected. Let's sum this all up. The Kingsman 2. What are you both where is your third guy? I yell out like this. Where's your third guy? So do they reveal what happened? I'm gonna say they're kind of talkative right now, but they're on edge. I'm gonna say 40% chance. Do they reveal what happened? 60, 69. They don't. The Kingsman. Well, that could have been a skill roll too. Okay, I'll do that for next time because that is kind of a mental uh, action. So the Kingsmen do not reveal the location of their missing out member. Okay. Now at the moment, I think they'll reply to us. So they're gonna spin that back to us. So the Kingsmen step forward a bit to get closer, just to see us better, to hear us better. To, they're going to ask us why are we, uh, what are we doing here, essentially? So, because maybe they don't know why they don't know the Misfits have some kind of connection to the Temple Legion, and the Kingsmen were sent there to take care of the problem that's happening up here. So I'm thinking that 50-50 is this question directed at asking what we are doing up here. Now the we is the key word. I might change that. Either I or we mean the Misfits. 50% chance that they are talking to me because I'm still in the line of sight. 50% chance. 34. They are talking to me. What I am doing, I should change that to with the Misfits or like with this criminal syndicate or these low lives, so basically this low level scum. I'm going to reply. I reply, let's just say I I have a debt to pay. So that's my reply. Let's just say I have a debt to pay. And all right, so I reply, let's just say I have a debt to pay. And then Dervish, I think, has a moment to react here. Dervish will look to us and he'll say that that doesn't explain. He's still curious as to how we know the Kingsman or what he meant from earlier because um, they're confused why I'm with the Misfits despite my interest. So I should probably rephrase this part where this is tough to handle because there's two story arcs there's two story arcs about to clash right now, or we're in the process of like two trains crashing into each other, and I'm trying to juggle these two individual parties. Um, Dervish, I don't think it'll be Dervish. I think it's going to be. I think we're still talking to the Kingsmen. Kingsmen will reply. So this is their reply to what we said. I have a debt to pay. Now they're trying to basically instill some um, um they're trying to instill some negative vibes in the Misfits with us being there. So with the past of what we were doing earlier, back in the town of Bellhop. Yeah, Bellhop. Is it Bellhop? Yep, Bellhop. In reply, they say to me, they reply to me, you don't you were you seemed anxious. If I can spell that right. Anxious. Oh yeah, anxious to join us earlier back in Bellhop. So that is going to be an interesting reveal. Dervish, I think Dervish and Ruith will look back at us again in disgust. It's pretty evident that the Kingsmen are a complete polar opposite, a rival faction of sorts to the Misfits. They're like the two-sided coin. One does criminal acts, the other upholds justice. So that's what we're dealing with right now, and we're in the middle of it. We're currently the one flipping the coin. I think at this point we have to choose a side. Dervish, I think Dervish says, let's see, 50% chance Dervish said something. Yep, 14. He does. He steps. Okay, so Dervish steps up to us with his weapon at our neck and says, choose your. He says, explain yourself. He goes, explain yourself. And again, he's a very emotional right. I have a feeling, I'm developing a feeling that Dervish is very, not unhinged. He's emotionally unstable when caught up in a heated moment. So, or a questionable moment. He's very unsettling, let's just say. Ruith, I think, don't recall if he did it before, like he had some magic ready. Um, yeah, he readies his magic. Okay, so Ruith spawns some flames in his hands, like this, like a firebender, basically at us, aimed at us. The miss or the brain fart, the brain fart organization, the Kingsmen are not laughing. They're kind of gritting. They cross their arms. So the Kingsmen cross their arms and watch as we have this scuffle. Now, at this very moment, we're back to now that attention's back to us. Does anything happen? Let's say 70% chance. I have an idea. 15. Suddenly, there is a up in the air. There are like 4 or 5 arrows flying towards us, and I see this because everyone is mostly facing me. I'm the only one probably facing east, and we have Dervish, Misfit Guard, we have Gruith who are kind of towards turn me. The guard's probably the only one that's kind of like he's V-shaped at everyone, while the Kingsmen are completely backs turned to the town. So suddenly, I see. Now, hold on. I have to spot this. This is gonna be a skill. This will be a action. I think this is gonna be. Sight. Sight is a physical trait, so power. Well, it's +2 either way. Mind, power. I'm gonna roll to see if I can spot the arrows in time before they strike. If not, our party's gonna take some damage, or we'll have to dodge. So +2. Do I see these arrows incoming from the sky? You can hear them like flowing through the wind, basically being shot through. So let's roll 2d6. 3, 5. I don't. So unfortunately, I do not see the arrows in time. Suddenly, uh, a swarm of arrows uh, approach us in the sky. In the sky, we I say the misfits don't have time to react. I don't have time to react. So if I don't have time, then they don't have time. So uh, the misfits don't have time to react. What about the Kingsmen? Do they have time to react? 40% chance. I think they're or 35 because their backs are turned, so 35% chance. 97. Wow. Yep, they're indeed they're struck. So um the Kingsmen do not have time to react. As seen in in the sky, approaching us. So Misfits don't have time to react. Kingsmen don't have time to react. The arrow now, do the arrows hit us? We don't have time to react, so I'm going to think they hit us. Do we take damage? This will be a power. This will be a power roll. Are we able to dodge at least? A few arrows start to hit the ground, so a few missed arrows start to hit the ground. That's how we suddenly realize we're being attacked. So do we have time to dodge? That's going to be a power move +2. Let's see. Ah, gosh dang it. Three again. I don't have time to dodge. So I get hit by an arrow. I get hit by an arrow. And I'm thinking arrow is D4. So my least favorite dice, I'm going to do a D4. See how much damage I take. Okay. Of course, it's a 3. So I take 3 damage. Go back to my character sheet. So 10, 9, 8. I'm guessing I'm going to seek cover with an arrow in my shoulder. I probably got hit in in the shoulder. There's a swarm of arrows. I get hit with an arrow in the shoulder. Take 3 damage. Can I find any cover nearby? So we'll do a D6. I'm going to use a mind if I can spot any cover with all the craziness. 5, 10. So 10 plus a 2 booster is a 12. Oh, so close to so close to a perfect. Okay, or a perk. A perfect, essentially a perk. So um, I spot cover. So 10 plus that's 12. And as we know, 12 is a pass. Roll 12, sum 12. I see like a large rock boulder that's to our left. So I dive behind it. A large boulder to my left. I dive. So we were able to gain cover while I pull the arrow out of my shoulder. I pull the arrow out of my shoulder. The misfits, do they get hit? I know they are the misfits able to dodge in time. Let's do a d6 for them. Let's do an action for them. So let's see. 7, 6, and a 2. So 8. That is going to be a partial. I think Dervish and Ruith are able to dodge the arrows, but the remaining misfit guard takes a hit, takes an arrow to the knee, takes an arrow. So does he survive? Does the arrow hit a vital does the arrow hit a vital part of his body? Let's say 75% chance. It does 51. It hits a vital part. Does he die? Does he die? Let's say 50-50 on this one. 89. He doesn't. He just it hits him in the maybe it hits him in the lung or something. So uh he takes a hit. I'm gonna do the knee just for a Skyrim joke. He takes an arrow to the knee. He collapses, and I think um does Gruith or does Gruith or Dervis try to help him up while there's a swarm of arrows coming in. So I'm gonna say 50-50 on this one. I think I'm really curious if they do. 33, yeah. So Dervish and Gruith help up the fallen guard. Do they bring him back to my cover, or do they go somewhere else? So let's 50-50 on that. 79. No, they seek cover somewhere else. So whoops. Misfits seek cover somewhere else. let's say there's an abandoned there's a abandoned shop to the right that they hide behind. They hide behind a parallel shop on the other side. So, or yeah, parallel shop. So they help their comrade out. The do the Kingsman dodge. So let's do a D6 for them. They don't have time to react, but I'm gonna give them a chance to dodge. So let's see. Six, they don't. The but they have armor on. So do the arrows bounce off? I'm guessing they have very steel plated armor, like really like professionally crafted, like royal armor on. Very strong armor that can take some arrows. Do the arrows bounce off? 50% chance. 14, they do. Arrows just dung, dung, they just bounce right off, and they turn around like, oh shit, they look up. A few arrows um, bounce off of the Kingsman's armor. They turn around, looking at the source or the direction of where the arrows were fired, direction of where the arrows were fired. Okay. So I'm going to peek around to see if I can get a glimpse of what's going on or where these arrows are coming from. So I peek around. Oops. I peek around the side to see if I can tell where the arrows are being fired from. Not perk. Peek. There we go. All right. Let's see. That's going to be a 2d6. This will be a mental action. I'm now looking around to see if I can, or this would be physical, so +2. So am I able to peek around without getting hit? +2, so 6, and then 8. So it's a partial. Uh, as I look around the corner, I can see the Kingsman facing east, and but the setback is I can't tell who's firing the arrows. So, but the arrows are already hitting the ground. Is there more arrows being fired? I'm going to say 80% chance, or I'm sorry, are there more arrows in the air? I'd say 25% chance. 91. Nope, that was it. There just one swarm of arrows were fired as a warning shot, probably. Yeah. No more arrows being shot. So the Kingsmen, I think they're going to because they saw the direction the arrows are coming from. They're going to decide what to do, basically. So are they going to seek cover or basically uh, just barbarian style, just run into combat, run into the direction of the arrows? So 60% chance they're just gonna make their way east and see who fired those arrows. So 60% chance. 40, yep. Well, okay, so they look around for us, but they don't see misfits anywhere. I should be more precise on that. So the Kingsmen don't see us anywhere. I look to the misfits, and what are they doing? So are they weapons drawn, like looking at us and not really sure what to do? The arrows stopped. The swarm of arrows stopped. Are they looking to us? I'm gonna say 75% chance. One. I rolled a solid one. Their eyes are fuck uh almost first. Their eyes are fixated on they are focused on us. Um so the misfits, Dervish grew with the guard, mainly Dervish and Gruish, the grew with. The guard is dealing with a punctured lung. are staring us down, though they're not like it's kind of like it's a neutral stare. They're not really sure how to make this how to want to make a thing. So though a neutral stare, and then I look back. Uh, do they say anything? Like, do they yell anything to us? 30% chance. They do. Yeah, 12. So they yell to us. What do they yell to us here? They're yelling first. We're not inquiring. We're not yelling to them. I think right now they're focused on surviving. So um, maybe they're going to postpone things with us. They're basically telling us either you'll explain later or we'll have to settle things later, essentially. So they yell to us, maybe they ask us, what do you propose we do? Or can you see the Kingsman? So this is a tough one. I'm trying to figure out what they would essentially. I'm more inclined to say that they are willing to just survive at the moment. So they yell to us that do um brain fart. It took me a second, but they yell to us, "What's your move, traitor?" I scuff, basically. I sigh and shake my head. And I look, I'm still behind the rock. I look back out to see if coast, if things are clear. Now, are they clear? Let's see. I'm gonna say the arrows were warning shots, 60% chance. 93. No. Here's what's going on. That's a pretty strong no. Not a strong no, but it's a high no. Uh, I see several goblins marching towards the Kingsman, weapons drawn. So let's see how many goblins are there. Let's do I think there'll be a huge party of them. So let's do two so three. So six goblins. A total of six goblins are yeah, six goblins. So probably like four archers. Oh, you know what? Are there any do I see any archers from this distance? Or are there any archers with I think the archers are actually like set around the buildings. I think the goblins have this whole area like consumed. They have this whole area established for their base, but that doesn't explain the little fortress we saw surrounding the church. So I think they just kind of have these little spots on guard for when parties like us or travelers come through. So are the archers on the ground? That's a 30% chance. Five. Oh, they are. Okay. So yeah, there is four archers and two brutes, and they are currently locking eyes with the Kingsman, which makes sense because the Kingsman turned around there and they were already had their it's they pretty much had um they had their sights set on this little this other what do you call it, a horde of goblins coming in. So I yell to uh I yell to Misfits. I see uh we got more goblins or we got more danger house essentially. Now let's see. Do how does will Dervish look or will Gruith look? I'd say 80% chance. 97. Gruith is I don't think he can look. He doesn't look. Gruith doesn't look. I think Gruith looks to Dervish because they're still worried about me. Dervish is going to peek out. So Dervish peeks out to see the horde of goblins, and then he sits back and he says, "Shit, there's more." He's right. He says, "We're right." So he tells Gruith that I'm right. There, it's Danger House. Let's see. I yell to Misfits again because it's pretty far. It seems like I yell to Misfits. They must have this town locked down, basically. So, and I think will Dervish like respond to that? I think 25% chance he responds. Eight, yeah, he nods his head. So Dervish nods his head. They still have their issue with me. Nods his head, agreeing. So right now we're on neutral ground. I think we're just trying to focus. We have a common enemy, and that enemy is Danger House. Okay. Well, has the fight started with the Danger House and the White and the Kingsman? So I'm going to say 80% chance. 79. Wow. So that's a strong yes. There's brutal combat now happening with the Danger House and the Kingsman. So Danger House and Kingsman are having a brutal uh, fight like right now. And because the Kingsmen are the best, but still one of theirs got captured apparently. Um, they're there to rescue their third comrade. So it does make sense. Well, um, this is really up to the misfits. We can use an opportunity to circle around, or we can go and help them. If we help them, this might be a good chance to have a temporary ally during this whole final moment in the story. So I think I'm going to I'm going to see if let's roll to see how well the Kings are doing. I think they have a disadvantage, but they do have that heavy armor on. So let's say 40% chance. Are they doing well? Like are they able to hold their own? 80. Nope, they're not. So that's two. 40%. Yep, 80. So the misfits are cornered. So let's literally say that they're cornered against the wall. Like there's two of them left, and the the six goblins are about to take them out against a wall. Or not the misfits, I'm sorry. The Kingsmen. I yell once more to the misfits as I let's see, do I have any you know what? I think let's check our inventory. Pouch of mist. I have the mist. That's right. I forgot. This is perfect. I have the mist, the magic mist from the little pouch. I have two uses of it. So if I throw it, it will cause a large mystical mystical mist, a magical mist, I should say, to lower visibility. Okay, I forgot about that. I was thinking I have a scroll, but I actually have that instead. I yell once more to Misfits as I jump out of cover. I'm going. I'm going in. I just basically just yelled at, and they're probably surprised. Let me see. Are they surprised or do they join us? So 50-50. Are they surprised? 59. So they're not surprised. I think they're gonna join in. So, well, that's probably a different role. So let's say 40% chance. Do they join? Sound like it's like they help. They don't want to help out an enemy faction or rival faction. So 40% chance. Do they join? 17. They do. Okay. So as I jump out and run towards the danger house, the misfits uh, also. Well, not the guard. He's hurt. So I'd say Dervish sends while Dervish takes care of the guard. Let's fix this up here. While Dervish helps the guard tend to his wounds, Horwith will spring into action because Gruith is his muscle. Let's just say that Gruith is the flamboyant muscle magic wielder that will jump out and run not alongside me, but kind of from behind me because I was still first and running. I throw. This will be a. I throw the magic mist to sprint. Whoops. The magic mist at the direction of the of the danger house. So let's see how effective it is. This will be a strength check, or yeah, this will be a power check, I should say, an action, power action. All right, so that's +2. All right, so here we go. Let's roll. Nice. So 9, 10, 11. 11 is perfect, or 11 is a pass. I rolled 11. So the mist is highly effective, causing a dense fog to roll in into the area. All right. This causes the goblins to kind of like become disoriented, confused, because I think this magic mist is going to like not only visibly affect the people in the vicinity, but also like mentally affect them because it's a magical mist. It's like throwing cocaine. So the goblins appear disoriented. I just spelled that right. Disoriented. Now I yell to the goblins. Now, will this be smart for me? Will be smart for me to do? What weapons do I have? I have a D6. So, and I'm hurt, but I do have a scroll. I also have the scroll. Okay, so I made my move. The do the Kingsman attack with disadvantage. That's the direction. There we go. A magic mist. There it is. Sorry, just some typing here in the direction. Does the 80% chance that um that the Kingsmen make their move? So 80% chance. They do 17. That's a very good yes. The Kingsmen strike back. We're not in encounter yet. This is a kind of a pre-encounter. They strike back. Maybe they strike a couple of disoriented goblins, and then I think Gruith is going to make his move. So what does Gruith do? Most likely magic. Well, he has the fire, so that's evident. I think Gruith can probably. The mist is starting to clear up, so the fog. Well, let's see how long is the fog still dense enough? Because I literally just threw. I would say 80% chance. Yeah, the fog is still very dense, which means we have to go close encounter. So yeah, we'll have to go close quarters combat. No, we can't really do much magic until we see them. So because it's gonna be dense for us, but we're not in the magical effect of that spell of that mist I just threw. Gruith uh, pulls out his quarterstaff or something and runs up to the goblins. I have I'm going to not use my spell just yet, the scroll. I'm going to use my battle die here. I ready my weapon. Okay, so now we're in combat. All right, so we have combat here, and we're going to be doing this with my rules. We have our party, which is I think a D6 is probably the highest for mine. So we have a D6 against the goblins, and I'd say they're all D4s. They're all low range D4s. So with our combat, because it's streamlined. It's not like initiative, attack roll, damage roll, etc. Move around. It's all streamlined, really simple. So we're roll decent because of the head count on our team. There's me, Gruith. the two guards, and that's it. Or the two Kingsmen. That's it. There's four of us. And then there's the six or so of the goblins. So let's roll. Here's the first strike. 1 to 1. So even clash. We gotta re-roll. Oh, yeah, that's right. We need to write down our HP. So there is me. We have our HP of 8. Okay, we have us, and then the enemy HP is only 4. So not too threatening. Tell you what, to make it more of a challenge, I'm going to do D6 instead. So I'm going to say they are a 6 because of quantity. Maybe the brutes. The brutes are going to higher D6. Okay, here we go. 3 to 1. So they injure us 2. Okay. And then because there's a head count, it gets distributed amongst us. So 2, that would be, that's the problem with my rules. It doesn't really say 2 divided by 4. That's 0.5 damage. So I take, we're going down decimals here. I take 7.5, so I'm down 7.5. We're with it. All right, we'll roll again. Oh, they shrunk us again. So 6 to 5, there's 1. So that's, yeah. So let me pause this for a second. Okay, so I'm fudging the rules just a bit. And what I'm going to do is redirect damage so I don't die as fast. So we rolled, we took already 1 hit, and that hit, I reset my health to 8 from prior. That hit, there's a Gruith. He is definitely a D6. And then there's the Kingsman. They are D6. So each damage gets distributed per person, and then there's us. Okay, I think that's fair enough. So 1 damage will go to Gruith. All right, here we go again. Oh, okay, good. So we rolled a 6, they rolled a 2. So they take 4 damage. All right. Okay, want to roll? Oh, wow, we rolled a 6 again, they rolled a 2. And they have been defeated. That's it. That's pretty bad. So here's what I want to change. Um, I think I might be doing it wrong, actually. Again, this is always a play test. Each side is represented by the highest battle die. Okay, here's what I think we can do. Instead of just killing them off like that, we'll do this. Archer, Goblin. Kind of like D&D, but Archer, Goblin, 6. Archer, Goblin, 6. I say they're probably actually 4s. 4 health. And then the Brute Goblin, big guys, they're 6. There we go. This will make the counter more difficult, but also split it out. Kingsman 1, and then Kingsman 2. And then there's me. I'm at 8 right now. Yep, 8. Okay, so I'd say the brutes took the first few hits, so it's been 4, so we're looking at 4 now for them. All right, let's roll again. All right, 5. We rolled a 5. They rolled a 3, so they take 2 damage. I'm gonna say the brutes first. Okay, roll again. They rolled a 4. We rolled a 2, so we take 2 damage. I'm gonna say Gruith takes, or the King's gonna take their rounds of damage. So 4. We'll do 5-5. I can roll again. So they rolled a 6. We rolled a 2. Okay, so that's 4. So we'll distribute it 4, 4, 4, 7. So I'm down to 7. I'm gonna use I'm now gonna use a scroll to throw them back with the magic that scroll I had. Yep, move object. I'm gonna see if I can do that rolling against an action. So okay, let's do it. So I'm gonna do. Let's see. How do I note this? I'm gonna use the scroll plus the 2 power. or mind. Oops, I'm gonna do get my actual correct die for this. Okay. All right, so I rolled a 5, 6, 7 plus 2. That's 9. It is partially successful. So I'm only able to push back and injure perhaps. Let's see how much I injure them. I'll do half, 2. So, okay, I only injured 1. Uh, let's say I got 2, but injured 1 damage for each. So I got 3 of the archers. Okay, now we're back to regular. So that scroll is gone. I pushed back a couple of them. That one's gone. Okay, now we're back to just a typical fight. So here we go. 6 to 4. So they take 2 damage. We rolled a 6 out. They rolled a 4. They take 2 damage. We'll distribute it to the group, the brutes. 3, 1. Okay, here we go. Ah, luck's on our side for now. 6 to 4. They rolled a 6. We rolled a 4. So we take 2 damage. We'll distribute it on the Kingsman. All right, here we go. 5 to 5. Clash. Ah, there's a lot of them. 4 to 3. They rolled a 4. We rolled a 3. So Kingsman, I say, goes down to 2. All right. 3 to 2. We deal 1 damage to them. I'm gonna take out 1 brute. So he's gone. All right. 5 to 2. We rolled a 5. They rolled a 2. So they take 3 damage. I'm gonna take out the other brute. So it's like if I roll and then I choose what the damage goes if I in the winning roll. So again, I'm gonna work these rules out later on, but this is kind of working. All right, another roll. 3 to 2. They give us one. We take 1 damage. I'm gonna say the Kingsmen are my cannon fodder right now. 4 to 3. 4 to 1. So we take 3 damage. Okay, Gruith, guards, and then us. This is not looking good. Ah, okay, here we go. Need some luck here. 6 to 3. Damn it, we take 3 damage. Okay, Gruith. Oh, man. Hmm. I gotta distribute it evenly. I'll take I'll take 1. One kingdom has to collapse though. So down is he? Oh, you know what? Oh yeah, that's right. He's down to 1. So let's give him a save. So we have to roll. What's the rule for that? Saves. If I roll 5 through 6, then I can give him d6 temporary health. Okay, here we go. We're rolling save for Kingsman 2. 4, no good. What about this Kingsman? He has 1 health. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm rolling 2 by mistake. I'm so sorry. I was rolling 2. My mistake. I'll try that again. 2. I'll do it the other one because I did it wrong. 1. Nope, no saves. They are down to their 1 last HP, their health. Okay, now we gotta just keep rolling, I guess. Or is there does anything happen in the moment? Let's throw a narrative twist here. Does anything happen? 50% chance. 62, nothing happens. So there's no reinforcements. We are basically down, and this stinks. So it's tough. My rules are very tough for combat. Well, I'm the one who did put us against 6 goblins, 5 goblins. So, oh, there is 5. There was 6. My mistake. Too late now. My apologies. All right, here we go. We rolled a 6. They rolled a 5. So I'm going to go for that archer there. Does the potion of magic mist? I forgot to subtract that from my inventory. I'm going to throw the mist once more. Okay, so I throw the mist. Let's see if it is effective. We're rolling +2 power, so this is an action roll. 3, 1, so that's 4, 6. It is not. The mist is ineffective. So we are out of mist. Okay, so it's just down to battles now. So the archers are firing. All right. Let's see. Whoops. I need to roll. I'm sorry, I was rolling the whole dice. The wrong dice. 5 to 1. We rolled five, they rolled one. So we deal that's 4 damage. One, two, three. Yep. That's 4 damage. Oh, four, right. So that. Okay. I believe I'm counting right here. All right, they're getting close. 4 to 2. We rolled a four, they rolled a two. So he's out. So 2 damage distributed. One. Okay, down to two goblins. All right, come on. 2-2 clash. Move these dice over a bit. Okay. 5 to 2. Nice. So I'm sorry. They rolled a five. We rolled a two. So 4, 3, 2. That's 3 damage we got to distribute. So that is here. Oh, Gruith. Let's do a save for him. I'll take one. And then Kingsman is out. He is unconscious. Did I spell that wrong? Yep, I sure did. Unconscious. Let's do a Gruith. Let's do a save for Gruith. Oh, yeah, it's 1d6. Five. That's a save. So he gets a d6 roll of health, back up. Three. So he gets 3 health. He's back up. Perfect. Okay, we're now back to our regular roll. Okay, here we go. 2 to 1. We take 1 damage. I'll say the other Kingsman is out. So unconscious. All right. Well, this is getting pretty tight. Okay, here we go. 6 to 4. We roll the six. They roll the four. We deal 2 damage to them. Archer's out, and the last guy does not get saves. Enemies do not get saves. All right, we just have to injure them once more. Damn it, they got us by one. Take roof. We'll take that. Okay, here we go. 3 to 5. We take two. Okay. 2, 3. All right, here we go. Come on. Yes, 6 to 5. They take 1 damage, and the archer has been defeated. Wow, that was terrible. Okay, my combat system is very flawed, and I'm going to work on that. But that's good. I wanted to play test it, so I'm down to 3 health, measly 3. Guys, really short rest here soon. Gruith is down to 2. Okay, 53. Goblins have been defeated. The mist clears up. I probably should have instilled a disadvantage too for the goblins because of the mist. I forgot about that. Again, I'm really sorry. This is playtest, my rules, working it out. But I do like the dice against dice system, but it does take away from the more interactive combat potential. So this clears up. I will go check on the Kingsmen. Now, are they? I say unconscious, but how bad? How badly injured are they? Let's roll. I'm gonna say, are they unconscious or just kind of like wounded against the wall? So 70% chance they're unconscious. 48, they are. Okay, so both Kingsmen, and I say they're alive too. Both Kingsmen are alive, but out cold. Uh, I check on Gruith. He, I walk up and say, "Hey, you good?" He brushes me away. He pushes me back. He pushes me back and says, "Mind yourself." He says, mind yourself," like that. Just something really out there. Mind yourself. Just shouts. Dervish walks up with the injured guard, and then he notices the uh the two. He notices the two Kingmen. Does he say anything? Let's see. 50% chance. 95. He doesn't. He doesn't say anything. Just looks at them and smiles, perhaps. Maybe he's happy to see them. Or he smirks. I think he smirks. So these big shots have been defeated. Um, Now, I this is still very unexplored territory here. Do they acknowledge me? Like, are they gonna say we still have some unfinished business? Let's say 60% chance. 57. Yep. So that's a strong yes. That's within the 5%. So both Dervish and Gruith look to me and say we still have some unfinished business with you. Basically that. Now I take a deep breath and ask them, shouldn't shouldn't we rest first? So I ask them, should we rest first? That's going to be a persuasion. So that's a mind action. I'm rolling a 2d6. Ah, shoot. 3 plus a 2, that's 5. No go. Yep. They say nope. Okay, so they say no. They want to know what they want to know basically with the if I'm a spy for the Kingsman. They truly want to think I'm a spy. I should say Gruith probably has that imagination. So Gruith wants to know if I'm a spy for the Kingsman. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Well, I got to roll d6. I clearly, I'm going to have to tell them what's going on. Um, Now, do I have time to tell them what's going on? Because we just had a big fight, and I'm almost out. Now, do I have a potion or anything? While I reach in my bag, I'm going to grab some food and eat something to heal myself. So I reach, I slowly reach into my bag. Tell them first I need some food. Or while I'm reaching my bag, the screw has become like defensive. So 80% chance. 55, he does. Ruith yells at me, hold it. I tell him I'm I'm just getting I'm just getting some rations. I'm very hurt, basically. So this would be a 2d6 trying to convince him plus two the mind mental action. Oh wow. So six. Okay, so 11 plus two, that's third. Oh wow. Well, hold on a second. This is a perk, I think. 6 5. Yeah, that's gonna be 11. So um I rolled 11 plus the 2 bonus, that's 13. I get a perk. So perk is this is a perfect roll. I don't think we did that before. Did I screw up in my earlier roll? If I did, then I apologize. If it's too late now to go back that far. All right, so perk is a d6. It's just one straight d6 roll. Okay, well let's see what perk I get from the gods. Two, a sixth sense. I get to uncover a plot detail. Okay, so a perk goes in my inventory. Perk, six, a sixth sense. I get in my inventory. This is the 11th slot. It's a hidden slot. Sixth sense. Nice. Okay, good. So, and I convince them. Gruith backs down and says, "Fine." Says, "Fine for now." Okay, I eat some ration. So that'll take away one ration from me. So I have two now. And I'm gonna say I'm gonna heal. Let's do a d6. So how much do I heal? Oh, you know what? I didn't do my max. Shoot, this whole time. Ah, I didn't have my max set. Do I even have a max? So basically, so I'm playtesting here. Health, 3d6. Okay, so let's set my max health. 4, 5. What did we start with? I totally forgot what we started with. 11. That's it. What's 11? I'll go back into my video and correct this if I need it, but basically, 11 was my max. So I'm going to heal 6. So let's do that. All right, I heal 5. So 6, 7, 8. I'm back to 8. I think 11. It was either 8 or 11. I totally forgot. Um, all right. Anyways, I eat some rations. I heal. Heal 5. Okay. Now, all right. So I explain to them that when the tracer was out, was I don't recall. I'm gonna try to be vague with them. When the tracer lost sight of me, lost sight of me back in Bellhop, I met the original Kingsman 3 back in, I think it was a tavern, back in the tavern, I want to say. I might be lying to them again. This is just, I rolled a perfect, so we're going with it. I thought briefly joining them would be a great assist for heading up north. Clearly, things didn't pan out that as well. So I explained, basically, I summed up the entire first half or like middle third of the quest. So I explained to them that when the Tracer lost sight of me back in Bellhop, I met the original Kings of Three back in a tavern. I thought briefly joining them would be a great assist for heading up north. Clearly, things didn't pan out as well. So, Dervish, does he reply to this new story detail? 30, oh, 50% chance. So 33. He does. Okay, Dervish replies, I think I think he's going to kind of side with us on this one because we explained that this was a ploy. This was just to use the Kingsman, and he wants the Kingsman as his enemy. So he's happy to see that we kind of we're trying to toy with them a bit or try to use them to our advantage. He says that was actually a decent plan, I have to say. Or he says, I give you props. That was actually a decent plan. So Gruith, being the stubborn one he is, does he reply 50-50? 68. He doesn't. So Gruith stands down basically, but doesn't reply. So he doesn't reply. It doesn't reply. We'll just say that. Not but okay. Now, okay. Let's roll. I take another deep breath. A deep breath as I sigh or whatever. Now let's use the perk. So a story detail. Okay, so we're using the perk. Where's my character sheet? There it is. Okay, we're using Sixth Sense. Using Sixth Sense. And here's what I think of the story. We'll have to make it. Oh, is this whole thing been bold this entire time? Oh my gosh. Okay, this whole thing. The text has been bold this entire time, and I just noticed that. I'm gonna go back up here, unbold it. There we go. But the fonts, it's really bad. Let's use usual. There we go. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, so much better. 150, so you guys can see it. There we go. Good, good, good. I use Sixth Sense. Now, using Sixth Sense, we learn that plot detail. I think Belinda is still alive, and she's being held hostage. I think Belinda is being held hostage in the church. So Belinda is being held hostage in the church. And through this, one of the archer goblins is still alive, spits out blood, and says to Dervish, "You'll never find her." Like that. So you'll never find her. Dervish like looks to the goblin in disgust. Walks, let's see, walks up to him, like grabs him by the collar and pulls him up. Grabs him by like a the what do you call those? His bow. Yeah, grabs him by his wares, by his collar, whatever. He's not like a neatly dressed goblin archer wearing a suit and tie. Grabs him by the neck. Okay, yeah, that's him. Grabs him by the neck and pulls him close. And he says, "Where is Belinda?" Or is yeah, he'll say, "Where is Belinda?" Or where is she? Maybe he knows that she's talking about, or he's talking about Belinda. Where is she? Gruith will mumble Belinda like that. And do I pick that up? I'm gonna just more of a mental action. So do I pick that up? Let's say +2 on the bonus. 3, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I do. So I hear Gruith mention Belinda. Um, does the goblin respond? I'm gonna say 35% chance. I want to give some minor chance, but 87 he doesn't. The it's too late. The goblin dies. Coughs coughs out more blood and collapses. Like bleh, just collapses out. And then uh Dervish tosses the goblin aside. So Dervish tosses the goblin back to the ground, pushes him back down, and yells really loud, damn it all, or damn it, just out loud. So he's furious. Well, we know from our sixth sense, Belinda. I think I'm just going to say, oh, right, because we saw the church earlier in the last couple episodes. We saw the church. So we're going to tell, and I don't think Dervish knows this. I don't think we told him about that. Yeah. So I tell Dervish, as a way to gain his trust again, that they are most likely holding her hostage or captive at the town's church. Gruith will respond. Does Dervish look to us? Like, is he's so pissed off right now, aggravated? Does he look to us? I'm gonna say 25% chance. 47. He doesn't. Does Gruith look to us? I'm gonna say 80% chance. 7. He does. Gruith walks up to us and says, "How do you know this?" He's curious. He's not angry. He's curious. I tell them both that I saw the church is heavily fortified with walls surrounding surrounding it. So that's how I know. So that does make sense to how we tie in the sixth sense perk. So I again tell Dervish, this could mean this means that she is alive. So now does Dervish respond to us? I'm gonna say 65% chance. 34, he does. So Dervish tenses or yeah, so Dervish looks to us and says, "You better be right. If she's dead, then you're." Yeah, it's more of a threat. I think he's really just shifting his tone right now. He looks at us and says, "I think it says you better be right for your sake, for our sake, right? I should say for our sake." All right, so I think that's where the episode ends. So we know now. Next episode is 24. Okay. So what we discovered is that the Sixth Sense, lore wise, this was the most vital discovery here. Um, let's recap. Mental action. Dervish used to be part of the Kingsman. Yep, that's another huge detail, and we never really expand on that. But in the heat of the moment that we were attacked, we were ambushed. Um, let's see. Suddenly, yep, this is the part where we're attacked. There's some fending going on, battles. The guard was hit. We had a very terrible combat. This is the combat right here. We'll have to work on that. Okay, so goblins have been defeated. The guards, the Kingsmen, they're alive but out cold. Yep. All right. So next episode, uh, Durvit, we are back with the Misfits. I think we are back in their their small circle because of body count. Misfits for now. I think it's temporary. The Kingsmen too are out cold. Um, Belinda is captured alive in the church. I still have that gold map. I haven't brought that out yet. We have the box. I think these two items are going to be very relevant in the final episode. Oh yeah, we got to take the Sixth Sense away in the final episode of this campaign. So there you have it. That was episode. Let's update our quest, and then we'll do a title name. There was no quake this episode. North Rock. Yep. So um, what do we got? Dervish used to be with Kingsman long ago, ambushed by Goblin Horde. Ah, six. Well, I said 6 plus 5. I miscalculation on my part. Kingsman knocked out. Yep, and then on our way, yeah, the the church has Belinda captured. So she's the one who needs help. Okay, so the Quake thing is nothing's happened yet. We didn't really roll much on environment, which that's my fault, but all in all, the episode title would be this is a lot has happened in this episode. So let's see our bold letters. Kingsman, Kingsman, Dervish, and the Kingsman. So I think that's a good name for that. Yeah, Dervish and the Kingsman. All right, so back to the room here. All in all, this was a good episode, an hour and a half or so of mostly me chatting. But the combat was terrible. I need to work on that. I might have to step back and break it down like I did. I basically improvised and had to lay out all the characters, not just one group against rolling against another, because like you can't keep track of who you're distributing the damage to. But we did win essentially, but we took a lot of damage for it. So, but that save feature helped. I really do like the save feature. The perk feature, I'm glad we were able to try that out. So I do like the perks and the saves. Those two, I do like them. I am going to keep those. But the combat system I have currently is heavily flawed. But that's okay. I want to play test this, and I'm going to refine it, and hopefully I can intro it to you guys in the next episode of Misfortune. But that's it for now. And like we left off, we're back with Misfits. The Kingsmen are out for now, and Belinda's captured, and Dervish has that on his radar. So all in all, great episode. A lot of lore, a lot of exposition, a lot of combat. So it was a good mix of everything that we like to do on this show. So on this campaign. So as always, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you next time on 830 RPG.